Welcome to the Dispatch. You are listening to a primer on Jammu and Kashmir. Episode 45 brings to you the change story when Jammu and Kashmir has acceded to India and Sheikh Abdullah has taken charge of the administration.
The months following the accession of Jammu and Kashmir to India placed immense responsibility on Sheikh Mohammad Abdullah and the National Conference. With the state under attack, the administration overstretched, and large sections of the population displaced or anxious, Abdullah's leadership became central to stabilizing civil governance, while the Indian Army undertook major military operations. His role during this period helped lay the administrative foundations for Jammu and Kashmir's transition from a princely state to a state integrating into the Indian Union under wartime conditions. When the tribal invasion began in October 1947, Abdullah's release from prison had been both a political necessity and a response to public demand. Once freed, he moved immediately into a position of practical leadership. After the signing of the Instrument of Accession and the arrival of Indian troops, the Government of India recognized that the National Conference, with its extensive cadre network, was the only organization capable of supporting civil administration during the emergency. Abdullah was therefore appointed to head the emergency administration in early November 1947. The challenges he faced were formidable. The valley needed stabilization after weeks of anxiety and disrupted communications. Civilian refugees from Baramulla and surrounding areas had to be sheltered and fed. Law and order duties required coordination between the state police, local volunteers, and the Indian Army. The administration also had to re-establish normal services, ration supplies, transport, hospitals, and the functioning of district offices against a backdrop of ongoing military operations. Abdullah and his senior colleagues, including Mirza Afzal Beg, Bakshi Ghulam Muhammad, and G.M. Sadiq, mobilized the National Conference cadre to assist in these tasks. Volunteers were deployed to maintain public order in Srinagar, manage relief for displaced families, and support distribution of essential commodities. The party's network, built through years of political work, now functioned as an auxiliary civil service, filling gaps created by the dislocation of the state machinery. The emergency administration also had to manage the integration of defense and civilian authority. Indian Army units required logistical support, secure supply lines, and cooperation from local officials. Abdullah worked closely with military commanders and with representatives of the Government of India, especially VP Menon and senior officers from the Ministry of States. His administration's credibility among the valley's population helped maintain calm, minimize disruption, and prevent the breakdown of civic discipline during active military operations. In Jammu province, the situation was more complex. Partition violence in neighboring Punjab had produced large-scale refugee movements, and communal tensions ran high. The administration had to balance relief for incoming refugees with the restoration of law and order in districts affected by earlier disturbances. Coordination between civil and military authorities was crucial, and although the emergency administration's direct control over Jammu was limited, Abdullah's government played an important role in maintaining overall stability. During this period, Abdullah also became the principal political interlocutor between the state and the Government of India. His influence in the valley, his relationship with Indian leaders, and his organizational capacity made him indispensable in aligning wartime administration with the broader political transition. In March 1948, as conditions stabilized, the emergency administration gave way to an interim government headed by Sheikh Abdullah as Prime Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, marking the beginning of a new constitutional phase. The emergency administration of 1947 to 48 lasted only a few months, but its significance was lasting. It ensured continuity of governance during the most dangerous moment in the state's modern history, provided civilian support to military operations, and brought the National Conference into the center of political authority. It also marked the end of the Maharaja's effective control over day to day governance, setting the stage for deeper political and constitutional changes that would follow in the years ahead.
Thanks for watching this episode of Primer on Jammu and Kashmir. Here is a quick note from the editors of the Dispatch. While dealing with historical events, we are conscious of the fact that history has no single view. In places like Jammu and Kashmir, this can be more complicated. While explaining the events of history through this primer, we are taking the best possible care to be objective and to offer context wherever views differ starkly. We welcome you to write to us and enrich the knowledge base on Jammu and Kashmir.